So it's the final day of the season and we're going to crack on and take on Tottenham. Roll the intro. Hello and all, welcome back to the FM22 Sunderland save. And I've had a bit of a think about what we want to do with this save. And I asked a couple of episodes ago, what do we want to win? Do we just want to get to the Premier League and leave it there? Do we want to try and win the Premier League? What do we want to do? And I thought 5 seasons is probably a good number to do. This is the end of season number 3 because we've had 1 in League 1, 1 in the Championship and 1 in the Premier League. So I'm giving us 2 more seasons to see if we can win the Premier League, maybe get into Europe and see how we do. Not too sure. So basically next season is the big one. We want to be pushing for Europe next season, if not winning the league. If we win the league next season, then Champions League the year after, absolutely fantastic. But that's what I think we can do. 5 seasons, because I've got lots of other series that I want to do on FM22 as well, because I'm really enjoying the game. By the time this goes live, I might be live on Twitch. Who knows? Go and check me out, twitch.tv/culture-left-foot. Link is in the description below. But we are playing Tottenham. There is nothing to play for, a couple of million maybe. If we draw, we'll stay above Tottenham. If they beat us, they'll go above us. So basically don't lose this game and we'll be alright. They're now managed by Maurizio Sarri, so they're having a good job. We've confirmed the transfer of Dane Scarlett. He's moving for £31 million at the end of his loan deal, so that's going to happen. And we're going to have a big refresh of this Sunderland team, right? It's been 3 years. This will be the end of the 3rd season. We've made the squad our own and we know where it needs improving and things like that. So leaving us, hopefully, at the end of this season will be Connor Townsend, Tom Lawrence, Patrick Roberts, potentially Messina, if we can bring in a better left back. Luke O'Nien will probably be going. I wouldn't be surprised if Embleton leaves. Temzakov will be going. Ryan Allsop will be going, the backup goalkeeper. And we're going to be looking to succeed those players with people from the youth team. A few youth players I think we're ready to step up, and bringing in bigger name players that can do the job for us in the Premier League. But let's wait and see. Obviously, we do have 1 transfer lined up. We've got 3 transfers lined up technically, but the one we don't know too much about is Marcus Edwards, who will be coming in on the right-hand side, playing as an inverted forward or inverted winger on that side, basically replacing Patrick Roberts. And we've brought him in because he's going to really strengthen our wings. So what we're going to do is revert back to a formation that uses wingers. We're going to have Elanga and we're going to have Edwards as our starting wingers on either side, which I think is going to be absolutely fantastic. And then we're going to switch between a sort of 4-1-2-2-1 and a 4-2-3-1 with an attacking midfielder occasionally if we can bring a decent one in. But for the game against Spurs, this is how we're going to line up. We're going to go Bazuna in goal, Aarons, Edmondson, Hector and Johnson at the back. Garner playing as a half-back to drop in and pick the ball up from the middle too. Gallagher and Sandri in the middle, Roberts on the right, Elanga on the left, and Salcedo starts up front because Dane Scarlett can't play against his parent club. Everybody in the first team that is available is in the matchday squad. Embleton's injured, Luke O'Nien's injured, Messina's injured, McCory's injured and suspended, and Dane Scarlett is ineligible. So everybody gets a game. Everyone gets in the squad. Not everyone gets a game. That would be foolish. Liverpool have won the league by a country mile, and there is still a fight for second place. There's a few things going on in the league, but none really around us. It's going to be, are we going to finish 11th or are we going to finish 12th? And that's about it, really. Today's jersey is the Slovenia home kit or away kit. I can never remember which one. I think this is home green. I think green is home. From about 2 years ago when I went on holiday to Slovenia. So that is another new kit that we have with us. Right. They're sick. Wow, they're playing really well. The fans have been fantastic. Let's go out and give them a send-off to end the season. Even though we're playing in London, so I don't know how many fans would travel from the north of the country. Northeast, I want to say. Is it northeast or northwest Sunderland? The north. How many teams are going to travel from all the way up north in Sunderland down to Spurs? I'm not too sure. But the start of the game, 15 minutes in, Spurs are absolutely battering us. We have done nothing in this game so far, which is a little concern because this is probably the formation I'm going to take into next season. Although I guess there's we can mix it up a little bit. Tottenham are battering us. They're not creating brilliant chances with a 0.5 XG from 10 shots and 5 on target. But they've got Donny van der Beek. What's going on here? I mean, that's the first highlight we've had over the bar. It's going to take us through to half-time. So, I mean, 0-0 suits us down to the ground, really, because it keeps us in 11th. But let's point the finger and say I'm disappointed we've not created enough. I think that's the right thing to do. But we are playing a slower brand of football, keeping the ball, which is fine. I'm really, I guess, coming to the end of the season, I want to see us dominate possession, which is something we're not doing anyway. But Elanga into the box, cuts it back all the way to Max Aarons. Garner is on it now. Aarons again. Turns and goes to the byline. Aarons gets, he does get there. Gallagher takes over. Ball in. Sandry with the header. We're 1-0 up. Doesn't matter if you're not dominating possession. Doesn't matter if you don't have the shots on target. There's only one stat that counts, and that is a 1-0 Sunderland at the moment. And who's got the most goals? As Max Aarons actually did really well. I thought he was going to get to about here and just chip it across, but he came back, gave it to Gallagher. He put a ball in, and Sandry, I think, gets his second goal of the season. Both of them have actually been running a little bit late into the box and scoring with a header. So he's doing all right at that little sort of late run into the box, which is great. 2 shots on target, 1-0 up, 62 minutes gone. Max Aarons into Roberts, who's probably playing his last game for the club. Aarons is there again, fires it across, and Elanga's there at the back post, and just like that, it's 2-0 Sunderland, and this is what we want to see. What an end to the season this could be right now. We're going to give him some praise, as Patrick Roberts is involved in the goal. As we said, probably his last game for the club, as his contract is expiring, but Max Aarons gets to the byline, fires it across, and Elanga just sort of pushed, I don't know who that was. That is still Emerson Royal? No, it's Serginho Dest. Just sort of pushed him out of the way and had a tap in at the back post. And that is 2-0 up. And this is turning out to be a very, very good performance from Sunderland, let's be honest. Salcedo's not having a great game. Roberts actually isn't playing brilliantly. So we'll give Tom Lawrence a game out on that side. We'll give Ricky J. Jones a run up front for Salcedo. And James Garner can come off for Lokonga. And that is 3 subs. All done. Thank you very much. Let's get to 90 minutes and keep this 2-0 lead intact, if not extending it. As you can see, they've got Troy Parrott and Son up front. They've actually trusted a lot of their youngsters. Divine's in there. Troy Parrott. Kambola. They've got a Popov at the back, who I think is a youngster they've signed, as Max Aarons will pick this one up again. Lovely ball through, looking for Ricky J. Jones, but Popov covers it well. Kamara goes out to Serginho Dest, who's moved to left back. Ball across into Dele Alli. Dele Alli's through on goal, and he does tuck it in the bottom corner for his 18th goal of the season. A good assist from Serginho Dest as well. But Bazuna not doing brilliantly. We've put Bazuna back to a normal goalkeeper, not a sweeper keeper, because he prefers to be that. I'm quite tempted to move him back to be a sweeper keeper so that he comes out and at least challenges the striker a little bit more and tries to sweep up from behind, because that was a little bit too easy as Hector's random clearances. Dele Alli's through again, and that time it's a good save from Bazuna. Well done. Well done, Bazuna. Sambi Lokonga gets it away. Let's just drop this down to balanced and see if that can just give us a little bit more of a, let's go for a focus for the last bit of injury time, as they've had 28 shots with 30 shots, 15 on target. We've come away with a 2-1 lead. Thank you very much, Football Manager. That is superb. Well done, everybody. We finished 11th in the league. Right, end of year review. Let's go and find out what the board are going to give us. Tom Lawrence is worried about his asking price. Your asking price is like 4 million. We can talk about it. What do you want? 2.6. We'll say you for 3. That's too expensive. We'll say you for 2.8. That's too expensive. We'll say you for 2.7. 2.6. There you go. Just have what you wanted originally, Tom, because we want you gone as well. Portsmouth make Lawrence offer 3.6. Yes. Yes. A million times yes. And Roberts, Saint Etienne, Clermont and Troyes. That's fine. And we survive to claim priceless victory, as Bazunu does get man of the match. 14 saves is pretty ridiculous, to be honest. I thought you were brilliant in our last match, Bazunu. But what we are going to do is get you training to be a sweeper keeper, because I do prefer you to be that. Oh, he can actually do it as a 4-star on defend. So we'll take control of that and get him on that. Lovely, lovely stuff. That should now be the end of the Premier League season. We get £19.31 million for finishing 11th place. I think mid-table is good. For the first season in the Premier League, I think that is pretty good. The bonus we're paying out is only 975k, so that's a huge profit. And our assistant manager says we look tired. Well, luckily, it's the end of the season, Jamie, and we don't need to play any more games until next season. And without the pressure of European football, can we press into those European places. If we look, so 7th place West Ham, 13 points ahead of us. I think we could potentially change a few of these losses and draws into wins and try and close that gap. But Chelsea don't have Europe, Tottenham won't have Europe, Leicester won't have European football. Burnley, Palace and Brighton all go down. Now, Palace are a team I normally love to raid for their players. I normally love raiding Crystal Palace to see if we can bring any of their players in. Now, Odsonne Edouard up front could be an option. He's wanted by Inter Milan, so he's probably not going to move to us. But you never, ever know. He might want to stay in the Premier League. Now, Abritza Eze is wanted by Spurs. I normally buy him when Crystal Palace get relegated. So we're going to see if we can bring him in, because I'd love him to link into that attacking midfield. I wouldn't be against giving Wilfried Zaha a shot, even though he's 31. I think that could be a pretty good deal to bring in if he's happy to be a sort of rotation player. But yeah, they've got a few players knocking around. Mark Guay as well is another one I think could do a good job for us as a centre-back or right-back. Yeah, okay, we'll have to keep an eye on that. Other teams that have gone down then, Burnley and Brighton. Brighton really struggling, 19 points all season. Who have they still got? Tariq Lamptey could definitely be someone we try to pick up. I mean, player fully scouted, 75 million to 91. That's going to drop, surely, if they go down to the Championship. They may have to get rid of some of these wages as well. They've got Alzat, Sione, Balde. Yeah, they've not. You can probably see why they've gone down. They've not got really too many. Alexis McAllister is someone I really do like in real life. Someone again I could be tempted with, actually. I could be tempted with going in for him. Alexis McAllister again as an attacking midfield option, linking the front two. And then we've got Burnley, and Burnley have gone down. And you've got to be worried when it says their key player is Chris Wood, who is, to be fair, not too bad, but he's 32. So not looking good. Yeah, again, it's a team that isn't brilliant. Sander Berge now has 2 relegations on his CV. Somebody that I was looking at to buy, he moved to Burnley and is now getting relegated again. So that's not the best. Woodrow's got on loan. Ben Woodburn, highly recommended Liverpool youth player back in the day. He's had a bit of a faulting career, not brilliant. Did okay in the Championship, but struggled in the Premier League. So not too many options to pick up from those teams that have got relegated. But Fulham and Brentford both survived by 2 points, and Leeds by 2 points, actually. We ended up being, 16 points clear of relegation. So we are closer to Europe than we are relegation, which is an absolutely wonderful fact to say in our first season in the Premier League. And let's get through to the end of season review, which I'm pretty sure will be happening very, very soon. And here we go. I thought it was happening soon. New arrivals then. Plenty of players joined us this year, as Bazzuno does get the signing of the season. They're delighted with the part exchange deal that resulted in Gavin Bazzuno joining the club. Due to getting the player agreed to a lower wage than he would have expected to pay someone of his calibre. 41 appearances, a 7.15. Dane Scarlett has been absolutely brilliant. He's going to join permanently. Sorensen got a B+, even though, in fact, he did improve as the season went on. 7 appearances, 3 as a sub, 7.04. Max Aarons did really well. They say his wages are too high, but I don't mind about that. 39, 40 appearances overall, 6.97. Elanga is there again, 39 appearances, 6.8. Conor Gallagher is there as well, wherever he's just gone. There he is. Conor Gallagher, 16 million, 14 appearances, 1 goal, 2 assists, and a 6.8 as well. Everyone doing okay, to be honest. No one really bad. They're thinking Ben Johnson is a poor signing, but I think that will come good. I think Ben Johnson will be a decent signing for an Englishman. That will be good. Sandri will be coming in permanently for £6 million, and we'll want to see a bit of an upgrade for £6 million. 13 or 15 appearances, 3 goals, 0 assists, and a 6.7. And Eddie Salcedo is one. I think he could do a job for us as a bit of a versatility player, depending on his cost. But I'm just not 100% sure, because I think they're going to want a bit more. Let's say we're keen. I mean, 8.4 million. He's 22 years old. We've only got like 2 seasons left of this save, so not too sure he's the person we want to go for. But we were expected to fight bravely against relegation, and we finished 11th, which is superb. 89% sellout of the Stadium of Light, and Dane Scarlett was our top goal scorer with 15 goals on loan from Spurs. The board were delighted with the mid-table finish, which is absolutely incredible. Liverpool did win the league and a bit of a canter by 11 points over Arsenal, who finished a point above Man United, who finished a point above Man City, and then 10 points adrift of them was Moneybags Newcastle, with Everton going into the Europa Conference League with 65 points, too short of Newcastle. And West Ham, it looks like, are just going to miss out potentially by 2 points there. And then it's a bit of a drop off to Chelsea, Southampton, Villa, ourselves. Leicester ended up leapfrogging Tottenham. Wolves, Leeds, Brentford, Fulham and Burnley, Crystal Palace and Brighton all go down, which is a very disappointing season for all three of those teams. Moments to remember then, our biggest win, 4-1. We beat Leicester City. Doyle, Scarlett getting 2 and Lawrence getting a goal as well, with Martial getting what turned out to be a bit of a consolation for Leicester. Match to remember, a 3-0 win against Burnley. Stewart getting 2 and Elanga getting 1 as well. I think was that Ross Stewart's only 2 goals of the season? Yes, it was. They both came in one game against Burnley in the match to remember. And the goal of the season was Patrick Roberts scoring in the 92nd minute as he scores a free kick from 28 metres out. So there you go. Right. Your success definitely helped the club's finances, which is good. We stay as a national reputation team. No new sponsors, but they'll get announced later. Sponsorship was actually down, apparently, although it's exactly the same. Broadcast revenue was hugely up. 2.81 million last year, 94.1 for the Premier League TV revenue, which is incredible. Corporate and hospitality went up as well. Competition prize money went up as well. And match day was pretty much the same. £400,000 I think we're missing out on there. And merchandise sales, 2.36 million was made, and 24,036 shirts were sold, with Embleton actually being the highest, which is strange. Gallagher is up there, Sammy Lokonga, Elanga and Ross Stewart as well, which is something I didn't really expect. I imagine Dane Scarlett will break into that shirt sales numbers next season. But Bazzuno, Aarons, Edmondson, Hector, Messina, McCroy, Sammy Lokonga and Garner, Roberts, Elanga and Dane Scarlett was our mainly picked 11. And right, manager awards. We have not won anything this year as a manager, but Gavin Bazzuno was the fans player of the season. He was also the young player of the season. He was also the signing of the season. Goal of the season went to Patrick Roberts, and top goal scorer was Dane Scarlett. Elliot Embleton got the most assists with 7, so not the most creative team, or we're spreading them out, let's say. Player of the match award was Patrick Roberts with 5. Interesting, and I'm not renewing his contract. Gavin Bazzuno is the highest ever rating, and Callum Doyle completed the most passes per 90 minutes, who I'm pretty sure we're going to try and get back on loan yet again. And Max Aarons was our record-breaking transfer fee, £34 million from the right back from Norwich. But overall, a very good season. A very, very good season. Let's see what we're going to get next year in terms of money and stuff like that. We could have a quick little look. So crossing numbers, we put in a few crosses. We're pretty accurate with them. Goalkeeping, we were an impenetrable defence but busy, so we had lots of shots to save, although we didn't concede too many. Defensively, we were busy and impenetrable again, so shots, it looks like pretty similar, to be honest. Lots of shots but not much conversion. Ideally, you sort of want to be there, don't you? No, there. Quiet defence and impenetrable defence, down by Liverpool. Our defending numbers were pretty good, so lots of box and lots of clearances. Depends how you want to see it, if that's good or not. And opposition long-range shots, well, there was a few. That's all we need to worry about. Club vision then. So they now want us to develop players using the club's youth system, which is a little bit annoying. Play defensively solid football, make the most of set pieces, and play counter-attacking football. Work within the wage budget, spend the original transfer budget. More than happy to do that. And again, fight bravely against relegation. We'll just accept that. I've got no issues with that at all. So, end of season team meeting. What are we going to do next year, lads? What are we going to do? We can avoid a fight and stay up comfortably. To avoid relegation this season, we're going to need to learn the lessons to make sure we're not embroiled in a similar battle next season. Looking ahead, I'm confident we can avoid relegation. I'm just going to say I'm offended. We all know we're favourites for relegation. Oh, right, I might have been asking a bit too much. Yeah, right, whatever. Let's just get you all back on side. Enjoy your break. There's no promises. Thank you very much. Have a good break. See you later. Apparently you think we're all... This is why we need to get new players in. They're all too negative. They're too negative and thinking we're going to get relegated. We just beat Spurs 2-0. God damn it. What's up with them? Training camp. They want to go to Germany. Nope, we always go to Singapore if it's available, because that's where I live. Offers made for Crystal Palace's John Philippe Matata. Now... This is someone I was going for last season. And again, he hasn't got a work permit, which is very irritating, which is probably why there's no other Premier League teams involved for him. If we go, we're keen, the player would probably fail to get a work permit. If the agent says that, then the chance of them getting a work permit are pretty slim. And Bazzuno claims English player, young player of the year. Well done, mate. Well done. You've proved to be a fantastic signing for us at Sunderland in goal, and that was plentiful, as we get a budget of £48.9 million with a wage budget of £1.1 million. But due to our training facilities aren't that good anymore. Yeah, bored, let us know. So, there we go. The end of Season 3. We finish 11th in the Premier League. We have a transfer budget of £48 million. We have a wage budget of £1.1 million, which is awesome because it's a huge upgrade on what we were spending. A number of players are going to leave. If they haven't got a new contract by now, they're not getting one at all. So, going out, Allsop, Roberts, 09. Messina won't agree a new contract, so I think he's going. He may want to talk to us now about a bit of a slightly better deal. 15 grand a week. Do you deserve it? I mean, 31 appearances, getting a 6.68 isn't amazing. He stinks of a championship player, doesn't he? 35 appearances, 7.18. He got a few more assists. It's that risk. It's the risk of, can we get a better left back in? Left backs are so hard to come by in this game for some reason. We might take the risk and say, because if we get rid of Messina and Townsend, which is looking likely, then I think we're going to have to commit to bringing in a left back, which will probably cost us a fair bit of money. That's a little conundrum, isn't it? Get your comments in down below. Let me think what we should do. But yeah, as you can see, not too many people going then. So Sandri's going to be joining. Obviously, Salcedo's loan finishes. Scarlett's loan finishes, but he joins. Doyle's loan finishes, but we're going to try and bring him back in again. And at the moment, Messina, 09, Roberts and Allsop are the ones that are going. And Messina's the sort of question mark over it. Yeah, not too sure. Let me know down below what you would do. And we will leave it there as we get into the end of the season. Really enjoying this save. Looking forward to more saves to come as well. But yeah, we will come back for the start of the Premier League season when we can talk transfers and the opening day fixture, which will be lovely stuff. Thank you so much for watching. It's been absolutely brilliant having you here with me again. And look forward to the next episode, which hopefully be in a couple of days' time. Thank you so much for watching. For now, I'm out. Cheers.